What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another fantasy draft video. And this one I want to mess around with custom leagues. I don't think I've actually tried it out yet. Seen some people, doing videos with it. I think it'd be very cool to do a fantasy draft with 48 teams. Obviously, this makes it a lot tougher. Every single team's not going to be quite as good. You got to be really smart with your picks. Now, leave the salary cap on, as I'm pretty sure almost every single team will be under the salary cap just because, there's going to be players spread out all across the board. I doubt you'll have, a good enough team to go over that max. I think everything else there looks fine. NHL schedule. Again, I think like this, all pretty fine. Now, I do want to try one thing, a 3-point win system I think would be pretty cool. So, we'll do 3 points for a win, 2 for an OT win or shootout win, 1 for an OT loss, shootout loss, 0 for regular loss. So again, this makes a lot more sense to me. Of course, with a 3-point win system, it actually makes sense to win in regulation because when you OT, you get 1 less point. Every single game, there's 3 points up for grabs. Playoffs here, I think, yeah, just regular playoff settings. Really don't need to change that. This year, like, it's kind of cool that they added it, but I feel like it's also kind of unnecessary. AHL, we can leave the same as well. AHL should also be a 3-point win system. So, alright, I think that's pretty much it. AHL qualifying there, playoff format. Alright, so let's try this, guys. Like I said, very excited to see, what's going to happen. I call this fantasy draft chaos because I really don't know what's going to happen. Eyes closed here. Which team are we going to be? And it's the New Jersey Devils. Okay, don't really use them too often, so that'll be fun. Okay, so Custom Conference 1, you got the first division there, all NHL teams, but it seems to be pretty much random. Same with Division 2. Now, Conference 2 is almost all European teams. There are, some NHL teams left over. Division 4, they're all European teams. Again, because of fantasy draft, the ratings do not matter. Every single team will be picking new players. So fantasy draft will be on there. On mode's off, though. Computer trades will leave on. Now, I was looking for the salary cap setting as I knew there was something else I had to put on, but I guess I already set that, so it was messing me up there a little bit. I'm just going to load in here, guys. You guys will see me load in. Whatever pick we get is the pick we get. And we get 20. Honestly, I kind of like that. We're right in the middle. The bad thing about going 1, you're going to get like McDavid say, but then you don't pick again until, what would that be, pick 96? I mean, I don't know. I guess you also get pick 97, which kind of makes up for it, but 2 mid-first round picks here. I'm fine with it. The Kraken there at 1, Predators 2, Timra 3. Again, it's going to be a very interesting fantasy draft here, but let's get into it. So, 20th here, Jack Hughes just went, Seider. Obviously, a lot of very good players. We'll see if McDavid does go first. I know the last time I did fantasy draft it was Makar, but I was like trying it to see if it happened every time, and it did not. What? What are these teams thinking? McDavid at 3? Makar goes 1 again. Matthews at 2. That just shows you McDavid is underrated. Again, I really got to get going here on my custom roster. How is McDavid going 3? That is a joke. Okay. I don't think we overthink this. I think we go Crosby or Ovi here. 2 highest rated guys. Ovi scores more. Crosby's a better all-around player. I'm trying to think who's going to make our team better. The thing is, I know for a fact Ovi will go later in the draft. I don't think we can get him, though, with our next pick is the only thing. Fox, there's a very good young defenseman. Marner. I don't get Crosby much. I get Ovi all the time. I'm going to take Sidney Crosby here. I don't think taking Crosby is a bad pick. Patrick Laine just went 1 before. That would have been a really good compliment, I think, to Crosby. We could take Malkin. That'd be honestly really funny. Bergeron, Kopitar, Hamilton. Could get Tarasenko for a sniper for Crosby. I guess 2 goalie-wise. Still a lot of good goalies available. Seems like this year, same as the last few years, goalie ratings don't matter. So if goalie's a position where I can kind of take advantage, get one later, while the rest of the computer teams take one earlier, it makes sense. So it's between Tarasenko and Malkin for me. Malkin's 3 overall higher. I mean, his shot is basically just as good. Come on, let's keep Malkin and Sid together. I mean, that's a kind of sick duo. I'm thinking just honestly put them on the first line. Bergeron is still there. Same with Duchesne. Duchesne should be a sniper. Good shot, good speed. Bergeron, of course, really good, PKer. He might still be available at the next pick because of his age. Maybe we go Duchesne, Wheeler here, playmaker as well. Tavares, Giroux. Could go Pacioretty for a sniper. Pavelski, Taylor Hall. Honestly, I'm thinking Matt Duchesne. Just because, I like his speed there. I feel like if we have a top line, Malkin, Crosby, Duchesne, that could be nasty. Although, I just realized we don't have a defenseman. Thing is, the best one available is Samuel Girard. So at that point, we really shouldn't reach. Bergeron, I think, will still be there in a bit. Goalie-wise, Bobrovsky's there. But yeah, I don't think it makes sense. So we're going to go Matt Duchesne. Hopefully, that pick is the right one. Round 4, Mackenzie Blackwood just went. So yeah, an 85 goalie I'm willing to wait on. Okay, here we go. Pavelski's still there. Pacioretty, Wheeler. Klingberg, we can get an offensive defenseman. He can put up points in this game. I've seen it before. Pavelski, Pacioretty, Wheeler. Maybe one of them still available after. Ryan Ellis is still here. Okay, Krug. I'm going to go Klingberg just because I think he does have the best offensive stats. If we're putting up points, we should be a decent team. Wheeler, Pavelski are still there. Okay. Erik Karlsson, Brent Burns, Ekman Larsson. Karlsson might be available still their next pick. We had a couple really solid offensive defensemen, then maybe just some like lower rated, decent defensive ones. I'm leaning towards Pavelski. He can play second line center, can play wing, can play PK. I'm going to go Pavelski just to help out with the chemistry. Round 6. Ekman Larsson just went. Oh, I was hoping Erik Karlsson was still there. Brent Burns is, though. Brent Burns basically gives us what Karlsson would have. Okay, so let's take him. I think, probably put him and Klingberg within the top 4, not together, though. Like I said, add some defensive depth. Giordano's there. Andre Palat, Eberle, Jonathan Toews. He might still be there with the next pick. He would be a good guy to have just for the PK and everything. Giordano, Suter, I believe, we can kind of get them later. Games played 100. That's not accurate. Andre Palat wouldn't be a bad player to take. Now looking at goalies here, you can see mostly low 80s available. There is only 184 left. Cam Talbot. Really an 84 I don't think is any different to an 83 in terms of how they're going to play. After the 83s though, lots of 82s. Ooh, is it time to take a goalie? Like really, none of these guys at this spot are jumping out to me as like we have to take them. I mean, look at all those 84, 83 skaters. It actually might make sense to take a goalie here. I know I was going to wait, but just looking at what's available, I think we need a starter. So we're going to go Cam Talbot there. And I think we can definitely wait on a backup. As long as we get like a 78, honestly, we're fine. Suter's still there to help with the defense. He might be there for a bit because of his age. Same with Giordano. Toews is still there. Honestly, I was looking at Palat last pick anyway, so I'm glad we got Talbot. I think Palat really helps round with that top 6 forward group. I want, some guys that can score. Suter, Giordano's still there. Ben, Shattenkirk, Gallagher, okay. I think here we could take Atkinson as well. Sniper, play with Palat. Or we go Jamie Benn here, power forward. Maybe that'll help out a bit more with the chemistry. Pretty good shot too. Let's go Jamie Benn. Hopefully it'll just, like I said, give us a bit more of a boost. Next pick here, Shattenkirk's gone. Tyler Myers is still there though. A lot of defensemen are gone. I think we missed out on Jonathan Toews as well. Jordan Stahl would probably be available later. I'm honestly fine with Tyler Myers, just a big defenseman. We got 2 right now. Top 6 forward group is filled out, so I would like to work on that top 4D, playing in front of Cam Talbot. Goligoski there isn't too bad, 82 overall. Again, just because there are so many teams, like, not a lot here. Jordan Stahl, though, I did say I want him for, like, the PK and stuff. 88, I mean, look at the defensive stats. How's that not 5-star? 88 awareness, 91 faceoffs, 87 shot block, 89 stick check. Let's grab Stahl here to be our third line center. I saw Jack Quinn just went, Paul Stassi's there, Josh Anderson. Goligoski's still there, so actually we made the right pick for sure. Now all we have to do is fill out, I think, 5 more forwards, 2 more defensemen, a backup goalie. So playing with Stahl, could get Jeff Carter, he's a sniper. Could put up some points on their Pittsburgh player, Hornqvist. Bring him back too with Crosby Malkin. I mean, yeah, let's try and get these 82s before they're gone. Paul Stassi's a playmaker, decent stats. I'm going to go Carter though, and then probably get another third line forward with our next pick. Let's see. Down to 81s. Wow. Zach Parise, 2-way forward. Corey Perry here's a grinder. He might actually be decent on the 4th line. So you know what, guys? I think I'm going to go Corey Perry here. 81 overall grinder. I think he'll really fit well in the bottom 6. Now, his next pick, he's available. I was looking at Luke Glendening, and he is still there. He'd be like the perfect 4th line center. Like 87 D awareness, 90 faceoffs, good speed. With our next pick, we could even get Zach Parise if he's still there. I'm not sure if he will be. Connor Geekie just went in the 16th round of the Ducks. It's actually really good value. Of course, the computer GMs are planning for more than one season like us. Parise is the best forward still there, 81 overall. We might as well take him. Probably play him third line forward. Now we still need 2 more defensemen as well as a forward. So we're going to focus defense here. Jack Johnson, I know played in Pittsburgh for a bit, decent defense awareness. Let's go with him. Anton Strawman's available. Now we could also go Mark Stahl though, just because of course we have his brother. I think that'd be kind of cool. So if we're gonna just go him anyways, maybe we take like Cogliano for some speed there on the 4th line. Definitely waiting for our last pick to get a backup goalie. So pick 19. Let's see. Mark Stahl looks to be gone. That's all right though. Actually, never mind. Mark Stahl is still there. He was just a little bit lower. So yeah, we'll take him. We'll get the 2 Stahl brothers. I think that's kind of cool. And then with our last pick, like I said, we're gonna get backup goalie. I actually think our team is gonna be pretty good because I've seen some of the other like 48 team. We have a 81 Brian Elliott, perfect. So much better than all the other backup goalies available. So yeah, I think our team's solid. Like I was looking at some of the other 48 team fantasy drafts. and some of like the computer generated teams are just not good. So we'll sim the rest of the draft here, guys. Like I said, pretty happy actually with how the team turned out. Hopefully it works chemistry-wise. I like the fact that we got like Klingberg and Burns who can provide offense, you know, from the back end there. So yeah, looking at our team, I feel like we should be decent. Alright guys, so next I'll show what the team is looking like after adding the lines. With it being a 48-team league, I really do think we should be a Stanley Cup contender. I mean, look at that. We got +5 for the entire top 6. I think it's pretty awesome. Benn, Crosby, Malkin there is the first line. Pavelski, Duchesne, and Palat is the second line. So I think it's pretty balanced there. Obviously, they actually do, you know, play like a +5. Crosby's a 98. Even the lowest guy there, Palat and Benn, both playing like 89s. That's going to be a very solid top 6 forward group. Third line there, Parise, Stahl, Carter isn't terrible. Even Perry, Glendening, and Cogliano, I think, is a very capable fourth line. Kind of crazy, too. We've got, like, I think 5 players here that play for the Dallas Stars, as well as, like, 3 Penguins, or actually, no, 4 Penguins, sorry. So, it's kind of funny how that worked out. Defensively here, Goligoski, Klingberg top pair. Myers and Burns on the second pair with Johnson, Stahl on the bottom pair. And goaltending-wise, of course, Talbot's our starter, and Elliott. Elliott there backing him up. In terms of the power play, we get +5 on the first one. I mean, that first power play is nasty. Like, that should be one of the top power plays in the league, I think. Even power play 2 here isn't too bad. Burns is actually, like, on the wing, technically, which obviously he's played before. 4-man power play 1, 4-man power play 2. Again, I feel like the special teams are solid. The PK there, a surprise, honestly, we didn't get better chemistry with having a guy like Jordan Stahl. Even Glendening's a good 2-way forward. The second one there, at least, you know, 0. Third is a -3, but luckily Crosby's out there to kind of help it out. You can see there, 3-man 1, 2, and 3. So, again, guys, overall, I think this team's really good. I will show you actually what, like, all the teams are looking like super quick. I don't want to spend too long on it because 48 teams. It might take a while if we, like, you know, dissect every one. Captaincy here, of course, Sid's got to be wearing the C, and then Malkin and Burns, I think, are wearing the 2 A's. Also, right here, guys, you can see we're 7 games in the preseason with a 5-2 record. Crosby there has 9 points. So because it's a 48-team league, you actually play 8 preseason games, which is kind of crazy. I guess it would be even more if you played literally every team in your division. Carolina there's got Ekblad and Bertuzzi. We've got 91 offense, 88 defense, 83 goaltending. So I feel like that's not too bad. Again, like I said, because like the talent's just kind of been so diluted with there being so many teams, I think, you know, ours should be one of the best, especially since we also didn't draft a single prospect. So I'm going to sim the regular season. That way all the AI teams actually, you know, put their regular rosters in. Crosby's had 0 games played now, so it should be good. I'll probably honestly just show you guys like the forwards. That'd be like the fastest way, I think, to do it. So Ducks here, like, look at what we're competing with. They got Peterson and Laine, which is a sick duo, and then they've got a 70 Svechnikov second line. More 70s on the bottom 6. Defensively, the defense is actually not bad, the top 4. Goalies, they got a Blackwood. So, again, like, you compare that team to ours. Arizona there, pretty good top 6 forwards. You know, the bottom 6 gets worse. Here's Netsov. Like, it's kind of crazy. You just go through these teams. Ooh, Boston. They got Meyer, not much else going for them. Buffalo, pretty good first line, but you can kind of see, like, I feel like our team, we have that top-end talent just as much as anybody. Columbus, they ended up taking Ovechkin with Miller, Perron, Strome, Giroux. Kind of one of the better teams yet, honestly. Ghost there was their number 1. 82 Wedgwood's their starting goalie. Bratt there with Hughes and Marchessault. Chicago, Robertson, Wheeler. Not a lot there behind him. Pasternak's just gonna, oh my god, 60. They have 4 67s. This is like their NHL lineup. Kamel is pretty sick, but still. Dallas there, Sapkowski first line, Lindholm. Oh my gosh, look at this forward group. They got 89 Lindholm, 82 Hornqvist, and the rest of their guys are 70s or lower. They got 88 Tays at least, a couple 70 defensemen, 86 Varlamov. I don't know, looking at these teams, Kachuk, Zegras, Fiala is actually a nasty first line for Detroit, but like I was saying, looking at these teams, I think ours is the best by far. Gensel here was a left wing, right winger playing second line center. It's definitely an interesting choice here. I am curious to see how Shane Wright's going to do playing first line center there between Keller, Zaka. For Lunda here, they got Draisaitl. Not a lot after. Like, look at that, 69 Lysell. Like, this is going to be so interesting, especially with the 3-point win system. Florida here, so many 70s with some 60s. Bergeron, who they would have gotten like the 4th round, is going to try and carry this team of like AHL players. Panarin, Kopitar, Arvidsson. They got a nasty line. You look at this team, more 70s. Horvat, DeBrincat, Suzuki with Ehlers. They got Gord. Okay, this actually, then it falls off quite quick. Like, I don't think any team has an 80 on the 4th line that I've seen yet. This team's really got 2 60s, so that's what I mean. Like, we have the depth, we also have the star power. Landeskog, Deneau, Bjorkstrand's not terrible. What the heck? Jonathan Toews, 4th line right wing. 92 faceoffs. That one will never make sense to me. I don't know what's going on. Kachuk and O'Reilly. Oh, then after that, though, not a lot. Again, they have a 69 on the third line for Montreal. Matthews here is on Nashville with Skinner, Lafreniere. Okay, Islanders here, Sagan, Konecny, Caulfield. Again, guys, like, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but looking at our team, if we're not a playoff team, I don't even know. You know what I just realized? I don't remember setting how many teams make the playoffs, so I don't know if it's going to be 24, which is half, or it's going to be 16. Either way, I feel like we should be in, but yeah, I'm actually not sure, so that'll be fun to find out. Not a bad first line there for Lunda. Seattle there, San Jose, actually solid top 6, unlike a lot of the teams. Tavares there trying to lead Scalfata, Trocheck, Terry, more 60s. Ooh, Tampa Bay. They have a defenseman, they got Riley, they got Provorov, they got Saros. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know about that team build. McDavid, so they got him 3rd overall. And you can see that this is a worse team than Edmonton. McDavid's trying to carry. On defense, so they do have Dumba and Jones. And then they got Campbell and Net. I mean, we'll see, I guess. Toronto here, McKinnon, Puljujarvi. They're not too bad. Uyghur, Trouba. In goal for them, Fred Anderson actually returns. Pretty cool. Canucks here, Larkin, Scheifele, Toffoli. Okay, they actually have a decent top 6. They got some 80s on the third line. Canucks forward group, not bad. Doc, Barkov, Nylander could be decent. Vaxshow here, Aho, Kadri. Solid 1-2 punch. Hiddle's first line center, 81. Ooh, Mantha and Atkinson, their best forwards. That's all they have. Jets do not look good. Washington, Kyle Connor, Nick Backstrom, Phil Kessel could be nasty. And then this team here, Tarasenko, Nietzsche's Kucherov. That's actually probably the best first line I've seen yet, apart from ours, I would say. So, yeah, this should be a lot of fun. I don't know if it's 24, 16 teams making the playoffs. But either way, I feel like we really should make it. Again, guys, quick little refresher. This is what our team looks like compared to all the ones I just showed you. Like, come on. Also, guys, this is kind of interesting. I was curious who's available in free agency. Snively, there's a top player, 77. Bunch of 76 forwards, though. So all those teams that had low 70s or even 60s in their NHL forward group, I feel I should definitely be signing some of these guys. Goalie-wise, I actually have, some 77s. They're unsigned, which isn't too bad. All right, guys, we're now at the Christmas break here, and this is pretty insane. We've got a record of 29, 8, and 3. And the craziest part of this is the fact that we actually started the year 5 and 5. So since October, we've gone 24 and 3. I'm not exactly sure what the OT losses was at, but either way, 24 and 3 in regulation. What a run. 86 points, first in the division there. We're also first in the NHL. During October, like when we were 5 and 5, I was starting to honestly freak out a bit. I was like, what is wrong with the simulation? How is this team not doing better? Malkin there's got 50 and 40. Love seeing that. All right, guys, now we're at the trade deadline with a record of 49, 11, and 3. So again, the fact that we started out the year 5 and 5, to go 44 and 6 from that point is ridiculous. 144 points right now has us first in the league. It's kind of crazy to see just how many more points teams put up when you're just getting 1 extra point from a win. Or I guess, 49 extra points in this case, though. So we really should be at like 95. Malkin there, 75 and 63. Well over a point per game. So within the last month and a half here, I think we don't have an X somehow. Maybe because 3-point win system, if you don't get a single win, it's a lot easier for teams to catch up. But I think we're pretty much guaranteed a playoff spot at this point. Gonna skip through the deadline, and hopefully, like I said, the playoff sim, was good to us, and we make a bit of a cup run. All right, guys, so sounding the season here. What a year for this team. 63, 16, and 3 was the final record. I mean, to put up over 60 wins in a 48-team league, I think is very impressive. 183 points, 63 wins is really, really good. Next closest team is the Blue Jackets there with 164. Incredible to see how well this team did. Malkin only had 96 points. Pretty surprised by that, honestly, but we'll see how everyone else did. Crosby 91, so they're both over a point per game. Ben 73, big year for him. Pavelski 69, Duchesne 64, Palat 63, so the entire top 6, did kind of carry us. They all had 60 plus points. Carter 53 is good. Klingberg 44, Jordan Stahl 42, more than I expected. Where's Brent Burns? 37, okay, I thought he put up a bit more points than that, but yeah, overall cannot complain. Cam Talbot's stats here. I mean, 48 wins, you kidding me? .911 save percentage, 2.49 goals against. With semi scoring set to high, I think that's actually really, really good. So, happy with how this team's performed. Let's see entire league. Ovi there, 111 with the Blue Jackets. So, maybe we should have drafted him over Crosby, but we also had an insane team, so I'm pretty happy. So, I'm still pretty happy with our pick. Patrick Kane there at 2, Matthews, Draisaitl, McKinnon, and Miller there, Barzell, Forsberg, Malkin. So, Malkin did make the first page. Most goals goes to Matthews, 57. Defensive scoring, Victor Hedman, 84. In terms of the goalies, obviously, Talbot most wins. Varlamov, though, best save percentage. Wow. And then goals against here for starter. Oh, goes to Bobrovsky, but Cam Talbot's not far behind. So I do think Talbot's got a chance here at the Vezina Trophy. And then Shane right there, most points for a rookie, 69. Not too bad. So I'll take a quick look here at the entire league. I'm curious. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's a fancy draft, but who finished last place? Kind of how the point totals worked out. So 183 points there. Yeah, just ridiculous. So how many points? Only 10 teams make the playoffs. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that, but I guess that is what it is. I guess it's weird to me that it defaulted to 10 teams making the playoffs. The Avalanche, 82 points. So that is not good. You only had 5 teams there with less than 100. And yeah, so interesting year here. Only the top 10 make the playoffs, so it'll be a short playoff. I'm thinking we might have a bye in that case. Again, I thought it would have just defaulted to 16 if I didn't set it to like 24 or whatever. I'm also not sure how we haven't already clinched the conference. Literally no way for anybody to catch us, but whatever. So goals for here, we have 310, which is the most, although Columbus Blue Jackets actually have a game left. Goals against, we also have the best. And Chicago can't go lower. So Cam Talbot will be winning the William Jennings. And so now next year, guys, we get started with the playoffs. I'm curious to see, like I said, what the format is. 10 teams. Okay, no, never mind. It wasn't. Oh, I'm an idiot. Because the season hadn't ended yet. That's why only 10 teams had X's. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So I think it is a regular 16-team playoff. Yes, it is. And now before we play the Buffalo Sabres here, guys, I want to take a second look at their team. So they had Eberle, Zibanejad, Svechnikov on that first line. Some 70s there. Defensively, Morrissey, Spurgeon. Okay, I think we actually did take a look at this team. Fleury's their starter. Martin Jones backing him up. Again, it's not a bad team. I do think, like I said at the beginning of the year, we have the best team on paper. That doesn't seem to matter all the time in the playoffs, but we'll see. So we win the first one. OT loss, a win. Come on. 1-0 OT win. We'll take that. And okay, there we go. So we get through Buffalo in 5. And moving on to the second round here, guys, with the Ottawa Senators. Alright, guys, so here's look at the Senators. They got Hall, Hischier, Rantanen first line, which is pretty nasty. Hischier's already gone up by like 3. Even the second line there's all 80s at least, which ain't bad. They got Joe Thornton, fourth line center. Defensively, Chikrin, Falk, Martinez. This isn't looking like too bad of a team. Forsberg, their starter. Copley backing him up. Alright, so again, not a bad team, but definitely like ours. Pavelski there, 7 assists right now through 5 games. So we'll see what happens here. Round 2, of course. Wait a minute. At Ottawa. Wait a minute. Yes, this makes no sense here, guys. I'm looking at the NHL playoff format, and it's supposed to just be standard still, yet clearly not the case. Alright, guys, so even though the league's trying to help out the Senators here, give them an extra game at home, we can't, allow them to win. And there we go. We actually win the first 2 in Ottawa. Headed home now to New Jersey. We get 1 win and a loss. Alright, just have to win 1 more game. Come on, at home. There we go. So, again, Ottawa tried to, pull a fast one on us. We got the Oilers now in the conference final. And taking a closer look at the Oilers lineup here, they got Gurianov, Barzal, Okposo first line. So, I mean, yeah, like this team, I'm not going to jinx it, but come on. They just do not compare to our team. Like, 470s, literally right on fourth line there, or 271s. Shabbat's a nice, number 1 defenseman. They got Wallander, Mintikov, 71, 72. Peterson's an 84, same as Talbot. I mean, their first line is worse than our second line. We got +5 for the first 2 forward groups. Crosby, of course, tons of poise. Same with Pavelski. He's got 13 and 11 right now. I think we got the veterans who usually, play better in the playoffs. But we'll see what happens here, guys. Luckily, they actually gave us our home ice advantage back. First 2 games in New Jersey, 2-0 win, 5-1 win. Next 2 games in Edmonton. Wow. Okay. Lose both of them. Head home for another loss. No way. No way this team beats us. 3-2 after 1 for the Oilers. Ben and Carter for us. Okposo, Shabbat, and Wallander. 3-3. Malkin with the tie. Going to OT. We're out shooting them 44-27. We're going to OT too. Oh, I was so nervous. Jordan Stahl there with the OT winner. Our playoff hopes stay alive. Game 7 now, headed home. That's the first game we've won in Edmonton in this series. Come on, let's keep the momentum going after that big win. It's 0-0. 1-0, Nolan Patrick. We got to answer back here in the third. Jamie Benn, let's go. Equal shots here. A second overtime again. Shots are, pretty close. They're beating us slightly. Oh, are you kidding me? Dylan Gunther, who's actually played for the Oil Kings, gets the game winner. I mean, I think our team was so much better than theirs on paper. Not just better, but older, should have had the experience, everything. Crosby there, over a point per game in the playoffs, 20 and 18. He did everything he could. Losing Game 7, double OT, can't complain too much. Stanley Cup Finals, Oilers and HV71. And there you go, guys. Playoffs are completely lost to the eventual Stanley Cup champions in the Edmonton Oilers. I can't believe that's the team that beat us. Again, like, Okposo first line for them was an 82. For us, that's like a third liner. Same goalie. Our defense, I think, was just as good. Shabbat slightly better than Klingberg, but, you know, nothing crazy. I don't know. I think we got robbed there. Malkin's now at 92. We'll see how everyone else did there behind Crosby. Malkin had 18 points in the playoffs. Carter 16. Pavelski 16. Carter stepped up as a third liner. Jamie Benn there. Jordan Stahl even for a third line guy. Duchesne, Platt. Klingberg had 9. Parise 8. I mean, I feel like everyone played pretty well. We just got unlucky. Talbot's stats aren't bad either. 915 save percentage, 2.39 goals against, a few shutouts. Yeah, I mean, really all you can say there, just bad luck. So the Oilers swept Brynäs there. They then beat Rogel in 7, us in 7, and then they swept HV71. So if we would have found a way to win Game 7 there, double OT, I think we would have been winning the Stanley Cup. So that's a shame. At least we got the President's Trophy, though, and this is kind of interesting because there's no Eastern-Western Conference. It's just Conference 1, Conference 2. There's no Prince of Wales or Clarence Campbell. Individual here, Oviart Ross and the Hart. Yossi James Norris, Kane Ladybank, Shane Wright got the Calder, Barzell Conn Smythe. Talbot did get the Vezina. Okay, that's pretty cool. Along with William Jennings, of course. Zach Whitecloud, Bill Masterton. I forget the name of this team. Their coach won the Jack Adams. O'Reilly, Selke, Ovi, Ted Lindsay. And Matthews there with his third straight Maurice Richard. So overall, I thought like the 48 team fantasy draft was a lot of fun, honestly. Like, there's a reason I named the Save Chaos, because that's what it was. It was so chaotic there, so many teams, especially with the 3-point win system, the playoff format breaking at the end. It was a lot of fun, even though I think it kind of got robbed there. Game 7 conference final. But that's going to do it, guys, for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave that thumbs up. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.